message. We brought these jobs back from Mexico.
I never thought I would see that. We need these jobs.
John Dingle gets it. John Dingle helps the workers.
Hi, my name is Terry Bowman, president and founder of UnionConservatives.com. Now, my organization formally endorsed Rob Steele in his bid to unseat 55-year incumbent John Dingle. Because of that, John Dingle's team showed up at my plant. I'm a UAW worker still, and he showed up at my plant, which is the Rossaville plant in Ypsilanti, to shoot this ad that you just saw playing behind me. But as the founder of an organization that is dedicated to truth, it is up to me to show you whether or not this ad actually reflects reality. Does it? Well, let's look at this ad in its entirety, and then let's look at little pieces of it to find out if it does actually reflect reality.
We brought these jobs back from Mexico.
I never thought I would see that.
We need these jobs.
John Dingle gets it.
John Dingle helps the workers.
Rob Steele opposed it.
He said no to workers.
Said no.
How can he do that?
That's just wrong.
Rob Steele doesn't understand what it's like to get by in this economy.
Rob Steele even supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs to China and India.
Maybe if Rob Steele worked the shift with me, he'd get it.
Boy, that's a lot of attacks against someone who's never been a politician before and has never voted on any bills. Let's take a look in at more depth at one of the very first attacks in the ad. The attack: Rob Steele opposes investment in jobs. Is that actually true? Well, the answer of course is no, unless Dingle is talking about the complete and utter failure of the $800 billion stimulus bill. You see, Rob Steele has consistently said that Michigan needs to create and foster a pro-business climate to bring investment back into this state and into the 15th district. He doesn't oppose investment in jobs. He wants to use government in its proper role, create the environment to help businesses create the jobs.
Rob Steele opposed it.
He said no to workers.
Said no.
Rob Steele says no to workers? Really? Listen, this is a man who helped create Michigan Heart PC, a business that has over 30 physicians and over 300 employees. Not only is he a cardiologist, but he is in charge of the finance and the benefits of the employees for this company. He has created jobs and maintained a business that has helped his workers. John Dingle? He is nothing more than a lifelong politician who has personally never created a private sector job.
Rob Steele doesn't understand what it's like to get by in this economy.
Rob worked his way through medical school. Life was not given to him on a silver platter, unlike John Dingle. He worked and he earned what he has. In fact, Rob worked as a UAW member during medical school. John Dingle? I don't think so.
Rob Steele even supports tax breaks for companies that ship jobs to China and India.
Okay, now this is really important to understand. John Dingle claims that Rob wants to send jobs overseas. But does he really? The answer obviously is no. Rob Steele wants to keep jobs right here in Michigan's 15th district, and he wants to create the environment to do so. This, my union friends, is a huge lie said in order to scare you from voting for Rob Steele. Rob wants to grow jobs right here in our district.
Maybe if Rob Steele worked the shift with me, he'd get it.
Rob has worked a shift as a UAW member in a part shop when he was going to medical school. In fact, he worked many shifts, and Rob is a former union brother. He knows and understands what it is like to work for a living. John Dingle, on the other hand, well, he went to D.C. when he was 7 years old when his father was elected into Congress. He went to a private school, the U.S. Congressional Pages High School, and he went to college at Georgetown University. He has been in Washington, D.C. ever since. I think union workers need to realize that of the two candidates, John Dingle is the one who has lived a life of privilege and cannot understand what it is like to work a shift with this guy. This particular claim in this ad is probably the biggest joke of them all, and as a fellow union member, it angers me, and it should anger you, that the union brothers and sisters in this ad are being used by John Dingle to spread his lies. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Shame on you, John Dingle.
John Dingle helps the workers.
John Dingle has helped workers? Really? Let's look at the truth of this, shall we? John Dingle has helped turn Michigan into a state that is bleeding jobs so fast, and our young people are leaving to chase jobs elsewhere, that Michigan is aging faster than the state of Florida. John Dingle voted for the CAFE standards, which increased jobs in Mexico. He voted for the $800 billion stimulus bill, which strangles workers with future debt and does not give us the jobs that were promised in it. He co-authored Obamacare, which has left businesses afraid to hire additional workers, and he supports cap and trade legislation, which will further strangle an already hurting economy. John Dingle help workers? No, my friends. John Dingle helps his special interests. Well, my union brothers and sisters, we have now looked at the truth of this ad. Here at unionconservatives.com, we believe that truth is what should dictate our decisions. John Dingle and his campaign believe that scaring you with these lies about his opponent is the only way that you will elect him. Have you noticed that none of John Dingle's ads say anything positive about his own record? He is fleeing from the truth of his own record, and he hopes, he prays that you will forget it as well. I ask you today to please join me on November 2nd and vote for Rob Steele. As a union member, it's my only choice. It's time for unions to seek out friendships on both sides of the political aisle instead of making enemies with 50% of the politicians. It's time for union members to embrace truth. Truth matters to me. My question is, does it matter to you?